Imagine starting the year full of enthusiasm, setting ambitious goals, believing that this time, everything will be different. But as the months pass, that enthusiasm fades, and those resolutions turn into empty promises. Sound familiar? This isn't just a matter of lacking discipline or motivation. It's a reflection of how we often approach our goals incorrectly, without a solid foundation to sustain them. Now, think about Christmas, a time that symbolizes renewal, hope, and reflection. It's as if the entire world aligns with the desire for a fresh start. But why do so many people fail to turn that initial energy into tangible results? The answer may lie in the absence of a method. And this is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches something powerful. Goals are not achieved through fleeting enthusiasm, but through sustained consistency. Imagine being able to apply Stoic wisdom not just to plan the next year, but to make it the best year of your life. Instead of relying on temporary motivation, you would learn to build a system of discipline and resilience that works, no matter what challenges arise. But before we go deeper, take a moment to reflect. What does having a successful year truly mean to you? Is it about external achievements, or the feeling of being in control of your life, facing challenges with calm and clarity? Stoic philosophy can offer tools for both. It's not about a magical solution. It's a practical and applicable path, especially during moments of renewal like this. While many repeat the same mistakes, you'll have the opportunity to do something different. This year, instead of fragile resolutions, let's talk about real, sustainable strategies. Are you ready to leave behind empty promises and adopt a method that truly works? This is your chance to turn Christmas into more than just a celebration. It's an opportunity to plant the seeds for an extraordinary year. Stoicism is more than an ancient philosophy. It's a manual for living with purpose, control, and effectiveness. It doesn't demand perfection or that you eliminate every challenge in your life. Instead, it teaches you to face those challenges with clarity and balance, keeping your focus on what truly matters. One of the central principles of Stoicism is the distinction between what is within your control and what is not. It sounds simple, but think about how often you waste time and energy worrying about external factors. What people think, unexpected circumstances, or even the outcomes of your own actions. Stoicism liberates you by reminding you that your true strength lies in controlling your attitudes, decisions, and efforts, not the world around you. This perspective changes everything when it comes to planning a disciplined year. Imagine, for example, that you decide to be healthier next year. Without Stoicism, it might seem like success depends on avoiding temptations or maintaining constant motivation. But Stoics would approach it differently. Focus on what you can control. You can't stop desserts from being offered at work meetings, but you can choose what goes on your plate. You can't guarantee that you'll feel like working out every day, but you can decide that, no matter your mood, you'll put on your shoes and go. Another powerful concept is the practice of negative visualization. Instead of only imagining success, Stoics suggest considering the obstacles you might face and preparing for them. When applied to annual planning, this means thinking about potential challenges, distractions, demotivation, unforeseen circumstances. Mentally preparing for these difficulties isn't pessimism, it's practical wisdom. This mindset builds resilience, enabling you to move forward even when things don't go as planned. For Stoics, discipline is not seen as a restriction but as freedom. Epictetus famously said that true freedom comes from self-mastery. By applying this idea, you'll realize that discipline is less about deprivation and more about conscious choice. Every decision aligned with your purpose strengthens your sense of control and lessens the burden of distractions. And what about productivity? For Stoics, it's about quality, not quantity. They emphasize the importance of focusing on a few things done well. In a world where we're bombarded with endless to-do lists, this philosophy teaches us to prioritize what truly matters. When planning the next year, ask yourself, am I busy or am I truly making progress? This Stoic reflection helps you cut out the excess and focus on the essential. Let's consider a practical example. Suppose you aim to advance in your career. A Stoic would start by identifying what's within your control. Your ability to learn, your willingness to work consistently, and how you respond to feedback. External factors, like immediate recognition or shifts in the job market, are beyond your reach. With this understanding, you focus on what you can do right now to move forward while staying calm in the face of uncertainty. Finally, Stoicism values temperance, balance. Planning a disciplined year doesn't mean exhausting yourself in pursuit of perfection. It's about finding harmony between effort and rest, goals and moments of appreciation. A Stoic recognizes the value of the present while building the future. This approach makes Stoicism the ideal philosophy for planning a disciplined year. It not only guides your actions but also teaches you to think strategically, cultivate resilience, and maintain clarity amidst distractions. It's not about having absolute control, but about knowing where to direct your energy to achieve the best results. The first Stoic pillar, wisdom, teaches us to discern what truly matters. When it comes to planning a year, this means separating meaningful goals from fleeting desires. Often, our resolutions are influenced by what we see on social media or what we think others expect of us. But wisdom calls us to ask, does this truly matter to me? Is it aligned with my values and long-term objectives? To apply wisdom to your planning, start by identifying your core priorities. Write down your New Year's goals, and next to each one, ask yourself, why is this important? If there isn't a clear and compelling reason, perhaps that goal doesn't deserve your energy. Additionally, wisdom reminds us to set realistic expectations. Avoiding the illusion of impossible goals ensures that you'll be building, not just dreaming. For example, if your goal is to learn a new skill, like playing an instrument, wisdom suggests creating a concrete plan. This could mean setting specific times for weekly practice and starting with small, manageable steps instead of getting frustrated trying to master everything at once. No plan is immune to challenges. Stoic courage is what allows us to act even when uncertainty or fear threatens to paralyze us. It's the pillar that transforms ideas into actions. After all, planning is important, but true progress happens when we put the plan into motion, even when the path seems difficult. Imagine your goal is to start a business. The fear of failure or judgment might cause you to procrastinate. Stoic courage reminds us that inaction also has a cost, regret. By adopting courage, you commit to taking those first steps, knowing that not everything will go perfectly, but every effort will move you closer to progress. Practicing courage involves creating a system for dealing with discomfort. For example, when faced with a challenging task, break it into smaller parts and immediately tackle the first step without hesitation. Embrace discomfort as part of the process. Courage also means accepting what cannot be controlled without letting it stop you from moving forward. Stoicism defines justice as acting with integrity, respecting both yourself and others. This pillar is crucial for balanced annual planning because it reminds us that our goals don't exist in a vacuum. They impact those around us. Whether in personal or professional life, the choices we make affect our relationships and should be approached with responsibility. For instance, when planning for a more productive year, you might include goals related to contributing to your community or strengthening relationships. This could mean spending more quality time with family, offering assistance to colleagues, or volunteering for a social project. Justice guides us to balance our individual aspirations with the impact we wish to have on the world. Justice also demands honesty with yourself. If a goal is draining your energy disproportionately or harming other areas of your life, it's time to reassess. A just plan considers both your personal growth and the well-being of those around you. Temperance is the art of finding balance. In a world that constantly pressures us to do more, be more, and achieve more, This pillar reminds us that excess can be just as harmful as a lack of effort. In the context of annual planning, temperance helps us avoid overload and focus on what truly matters. When setting goals, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to do everything at once. Change habits, achieve ambitious targets, learn new skills. However, temperance teaches us that less is more. Choose a limited number of objectives, but commit to them deeply. For example, if you decide to improve your health, temperance suggests starting with realistic changes, such as gradually adjusting your diet or incorporating 20 minutes of exercise per day. Trying to change everything at once increases the likelihood of giving up. Consistent small steps lead to sustainable results. Additionally, temperance reminds us to balance effort with rest. Taking time to recharge your energy isn't neglect, it's practical wisdom. When you feel good physically and emotionally, your ability to execute improves significantly. These 4 pillars, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, form the foundation of effective and sustainable planning. Each contributes uniquely to creating a year that is not only productive but also meaningful. They work together, ensuring that your goals align with your values, that you have the determination to act, responsibility in your choices, and balance to sustain progress. When you apply these Stoic principles to your planning, you move beyond simply setting resolutions to becoming someone who executes with purpose. The result is more than achieving goals. It's living in alignment with clarity, resilience, and fulfillment. This could be the year you not only do more but do better, guided by a philosophy that is timeless and profoundly practical. Turning resolutions into sustainable habits is a challenge many face, but with Stoic wisdom, it becomes a structured and effective process. The secret lies in using practical principles to overcome common obstacles, such as inconsistency and lack of motivation, and building a routine that works in the long term. The Stoics believe that change doesn't happen in one grand effort, but through consistent small steps. Resolutions often fail because we start with goals that are too ambitious. You promise to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, but forget you've never been able to maintain that routine before. Instead, micro-commitments offer a more realistic approach. These involve setting small, manageable actions that are easy to accomplish but lay the foundation for lasting habits. For instance, if your goal is to read more, don't aim for 50 pages a day right away. Commit to just 5 pages daily. This small step reduces initial resistance and helps you establish the habit. Over time, these small actions accumulate, leading to significant results. The focus on gradual progress is a fundamental Stoic principle. Nothing great is created suddenly, as Epictetus said. One of the most powerful Stoic techniques is premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. Unlike traditional positive thinking, which focuses solely on success, this practice prepares you to handle the challenges that will inevitably arise. When building a new habit, consider the potential obstacles. If your goal is to meditate daily, visualize the moments when laziness or distractions might try to pull you off track. Ask yourself, what will I do when that happens? This practice isn't about pessimism. It's about anticipating problems and having a plan of action. For example, if you know you tend to procrastinate when you're tired, plan short practice sessions at specific times before exhaustion sets in. Negative visualization turns potential failures into opportunities to reaffirm your determination. Building habits isn't just about taking action. It's about managing your emotions throughout the process. How many times have you abandoned a resolution simply because you didn't feel like it? For the Stoics, relying on emotional states is a mistake. True progress comes from the ability to act consistently, regardless of how you feel. To practice emotional control, start by recognizing your thoughts and feelings without letting them dictate your actions. If you feel unmotivated to go to the gym, acknowledge the feeling but ask yourself, is this within my control? The answer is no. What is within your control is putting on your shoes and going, even if the desire isn't there. Here, Stoicism teaches us that small daily victories strengthen emotional discipline. Every time you act in alignment with your goals instead of giving in to your feelings, you train your mind to prioritize action over emotion. Another essential Stoic principle is acting according to your greater purpose. Habits often fail because they're disconnected from a deeper meaning. To transform a resolution into a sustainable habit, ask yourself, why does this matter? And how does this align with who I want to become? For example, if your goal is to improve your health, connect that action to a larger purpose, such as having the energy to serve others, being more productive, or simply honoring the gift of life. When a habit aligns with your values, it stops being just a task and becomes part of who you are. The Stoics regularly practice self-reflection, reviewing their thoughts and actions at the end of each day. This habit is crucial for maintaining consistency. When building a new habit, take a moment daily to reflect on what went well, what was challenging, and how you can improve. For instance, if your goal is to write every day, ask yourself, did I write today? If not, why? How can I prevent this tomorrow? Regular reflection keeps you accountable and engaged in the process, helping you adjust course when needed. Finally, remember that Stoicism values continuous progress, not perfection. If you miss a day, don't use it as an excuse to give up. The Stoics believe that every moment is an opportunity to start anew. Instead of dwelling on mistakes, celebrate the small victories you've achieved. Transforming resolutions into habits is a process that requires patience, consistency, and purpose. With Stoic principles, you can build a solid foundation to sustain progress even in the face of challenges. Daily micro-commitments, visualization of obstacles, emotional control, and regular reflection are tools that will guide you toward a truly transformative year. This is the Stoic way. Consistent action, fueled by purpose, leading to meaningful progress. Managing obstacles and staying focused are essential skills for navigating a year full of challenges. Stoicism, with its practical wisdom, offers powerful strategies for handling situations that test our resolve, such as procrastination, constant distractions, and moments of demotivation. Let's explore how to apply these principles to overcome adversity and stay aligned with your goals. The Stoics were masters at recognizing the difference between what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus said, "It's not events that disturb us, but our opinions about them." When faced with an obstacle, ask yourself, what is truly within my control here? This simple practice eliminates mental distractions and allows you to focus your energy on what you can do right now. For instance, if you find yourself procrastinating because your environment is chaotic, focus on what can be adjusted. Perhaps you can't eliminate all external distractions, but you can organize your workspace, turn off notifications, or set specific times for important tasks. By acting on what's within your reach, you regain a sense of control and reduce the anxiety that fuels procrastination. The Stoics viewed challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This shift in mindset transforms your perception of problems, encouraging you to use them as levers for progress. Imagine trying to maintain an exercise routine but suffering an injury. Instead of giving up, a Stoic would use the situation to explore new forms of physical activity or focus on nutrition and rest. In modern life, this principle applies across many areas. If a plan fails, use the opportunity to refine your approach or learn something new. Adversity ceases to be a roadblock and becomes a stepping stone. Procrastination and lack of motivation often arise when we perceive a task as overwhelming or impossible to complete. The Stoics teach that great achievements are built from small steps. Breaking a larger goal into smaller, manageable parts can be the key to overcoming discouragement. For example, if you're working on a complex project and struggling to begin, commit to writing just one page a day. Each small victory builds your confidence, and creates a cumulative effect. Steady progress, even if slow, is a way to overcome initial resistance and avoid the paralysis of procrastination. We live in an era of constant distractions, and maintaining focus is more challenging than ever. The Stoics valued mindfulness as an essential component of a disciplined life. Seneca advised, "Keep your mind on the present, and do not let it wander into plans for the future or memories of the past." To apply this, dedicate periods of deep work where you eliminate all distractions. Use modern tools like timers or productivity apps to structure your time into blocks of intense focus. During these moments, practice being fully present with the task at hand. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back without judgment. This training of attention is a crucial Stoic practice for maintaining focus in a world full of stimuli. Even the Stoics acknowledged that motivation is unreliable. They emphasized the importance of discipline over fleeting enthusiasm. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Sometimes you will feel reluctant to rise and do what must be done. Remind yourself, then, that you were made to act." When motivation wanes, focus on your why, the deeper reason behind your actions. If your goal is to improve your health, remember it's not just about appearance, but about living with energy and longevity. Connecting your actions to a greater purpose helps you overcome momentary resistance. Additionally, make the habit more accessible. Instead of demanding perfection, allow yourself to do the minimum necessary to maintain consistency. Frequent action, even on a small scale, reinforces your resolve and prevents larger setbacks. The Stoics practice self-reflection as an essential tool for growth. At the end of each day, take a moment to evaluate how you handled obstacles. Ask yourself, did I do the best I could with what was within my control? And how can I improve tomorrow? This constant practice of adjustment keeps you focused and prepared to face new challenges. Managing obstacles and staying focused isn't just about overcoming adversity. It's about adopting a mindset that turns difficulties into opportunities. With Stoic principles, acceptance of what's beyond our control, reframing challenges, achieving micro-victories, mastering attention, overcoming lack of motivation, and continuous reflection, you'll be equipped to navigate the year with resilience, clarity, and purpose. This is the path to staying on course, no matter the circumstances. The Stoics teach us that the present moment is the only reality we truly possess. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reminded himself, "Do not act as if you were going to live 1,000 years. The present moment is enough." This wisdom calls us to balance two fundamental forces: living fully in the now and planning the future with intention and purpose. Setting goals is essential, but Stoicism warns of the danger of getting lost in a distant horizon, ignoring the small decisions and moments that build our progress. The present is the only moment where we can act, change, and move forward. Without it, even the best plans remain mere ideas. Constantly reviewing your goals is a Stoic practice that strengthens the connection between the present and the future. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I do today that contributed to my goals? And where can I improve tomorrow? These simple yet profound reflections align your daily actions with your greater purpose, keeping you on track without losing clarity. For example, if your goal is to live a healthier life, a Stoic reflection during the day might remind you to prioritize choices that align with that objective: drinking water, taking a stretch break, or preparing a balanced meal. This habit of self-assessment not only reinforces your goals, but also anchors you in the present, celebrating small victories while correcting what needs adjustment. The balance between now and the future is also a matter of perspective. The Stoics teach us to embrace the process, recognizing that every step matters. If you focus solely on the final destination, the journey may seem long and daunting. But by valuing each small achievement, progress becomes tangible and motivating. By applying the power of the present and regular reflection, you develop not only discipline but also gratitude. Gratitude for what you've already achieved, for the lessons learned from mistakes, and for the opportunity to keep moving forward. This is the impact of a Stoic mindset. Living with purpose, keeping your eyes on the future without losing connection to the present. It's a call to make the most of what we have now while building, with wisdom and resilience, what is to come. Imagine starting the next year with a clear mindset, a solid routine, and a deep sense of control over your life. Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy. It's a practical tool that can transform how you live, think, and act. It's not about perfection or never making mistakes, but about committing to constant progress, facing challenges with courage, and finding balance between your dreams and the present moment. Think of all you could achieve by applying these principles to your daily life. Imagine having the resilience to overcome setbacks, the focus to accomplish important goals, and the serenity to fully live each moment. This holiday season, for instance, how would it feel to face the pressures and expectations of this time with calm and balance, turning potential sources of stress into opportunities to practice patience and emotional control? Such an approach could bring even greater meaning to your celebrations and strengthen your connection to what truly matters. If these ideas resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue exploring how Stoicism can impact your life in various areas, from planning your year to tackling everyday challenges. And if you're ready to take the next step, the link in the comments leads you to exclusive material that can help you put these ideas into practice on a deeper level. Click the like button to help more people discover these powerful insights. And if you want to dive even deeper, there's a video waiting for you about how to apply Stoicism to transform this holiday season into a time of peace and meaning. This is a journey of growth and clarity, and you've already taken the first step by being here. Let's continue this transformation together.